Yeah, who say the way? Woo crew going live, in five. In a time where you walk outside, you got your mask like your name, Mike Myers. Ever met a gang that's lit like mine? You got 10, got Graham, they all part of the fam. We got Fran, got Tess, and calling them in. Professor Ross, who started the plan. Got Lauren and Sajin, yeah, they heading the team. Got Kate and Kelsey, ain't nothing to tell me. Marcel and Joe got it hot like Nelly. Saya make the group go higher. Karina, we need it, she'll get it done when it's required. And I'm the one who's supplying all the fire. Woo crew, name a group who fly. Woo crew going live, in five. In the time where you walk outside, you got your mask like your name, Mike Myers. Ever met a gang that's lit like mine? Woo crew going live, in five. In the time when you walk outside, you got your mask like your name, Mike Myers. Ever met a gang that's lit like ours? Gone.
In episode 6 of Live with the Woo Crew, we will be interviewing Kristian Rodriguez, more popularly known as New Element. In this interview, he tells us about his goal and passion for bettering the Worcester community. Enjoy.
The first question is, would you consider the Worcester hip hop community to be a music scene? And if so, how would you characterize that scene?
Okay, so I mean, we're a small music scene. If you want to compare it to like Boston or something like that, you know, a lot of times people from Worcester, you go elsewhere and you're like, hey, where you from? You can't say Worcester because they're not gonna know, you know. But if you have that real Worcester pride, you're gonna tell people, yeah, I'm from Worcester 508. This is what we're doing. This is what we represent, you know. And I feel like a lot of Worcester artists carry that energy with them. You know, they're proud to be from Worcester, but it's definitely a lot smaller as if you go to Atlanta or something like that. But I think Worcester artists are really unique because we're all different and we all have that same go-getter energy, you know. A lot of my people right now, they're doing projects and stuff. Like I got a project with, I don't know if you guys know Danny Phantom. We're dropping a project right now, so look out for that. And those are guys that I've been doing shows with since I was like 14, 15 at Electric Haze, you know. So we're real a close-knit tight community. Nothing major is popping off, you know, like I was saying earlier, unless you're joining Lucas, but I believe we're all trying to uplift each other to get to that platform. And I think a lot of more Worcester artists can reach that platform because everybody has a talent. It's just how you promote yourself, and you need that support behind you if you really want to take off. And also, as an artist, you have to ask yourself, is that what you want as an artist? Or, you know, do you want to just make low-key music? Where there's a lot of low-key artists in Worcester who they have the talent, they just don't really have the grind. You know, it's really, this music business is really like 20% talent, 70% business, and 10% luck, you know. So you have to keep that into consideration when people ask about the Worcester scene, because there's a lot of people. You just get, you know, sometimes you just get tired of going to open mics and trying to be something better. It's real stressful as an artist too. So yeah.
For the next question, what do you feel is your contribution to the Worcester hip hop community?
Well, me in general, I've been producing for artists since I was 13, 14 years old. So I've produced mixtapes, I've done albums, I've done beat shows, I've been to Boston, I've done beat shows, I've done beat battles, a lot of open mics, you know, a lot of my graffiti. I do album covers for people, I'll do murals, I'll do BLM murals. So I think I'm solidified, you know, in the community as somebody who's for the community. You know, if it was up to me, I'd just teach kids how to, you know, how to do hip hop and how to make beats all day, because that's what kept me off the streets. When I was 9 years old, I was in YouthNet, and you know, they showed me how to make music and how to make beats, and I just never really stopped. I just always produced for people, so I can, you know, I want to be heard, but I'd rather be heard on someone else's project or tape, because I don't really have the drive to really push myself like that. But just being around, you know, going to shows, talking to people, making the right connection, you know, and just being a solid person overall. I think that's what, you know, when people hear New Element, they automatically know, oh, New Element, that kid got beats, you know. So just consistency is another thing too. I've been consistent for the past 10 years, but now, you know, I'm getting old. I'm almost 30 in a couple years. I just want to work hard, and have fun with music, because that's what it's all about, is having fun with it. I don't really see myself, being big time, because I don't have the energy to put in like that anymore. So, but yeah,
Kind of touched on this, but do you feel like the music scene and like kind of like the upcoming rappers now, that the scene has changed over time from like when you started?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And especially now it's different because I know people don't really go to a lot of shows now because of COVID. So how are you going to stand out? That's the main thing. You need to find new ways to stand out. And a lot of the newer generation, they're finding those ways to stand out. Whether it's over a trap beat or whatever. I know people don't like trap beats, but to me, it's still music. It's just a different way of expression. That's why you have trap music, you have R&B, you have soul music. So the younger generation, they're definitely lucky to have TikTok, Instagram, all the stuff like that. Because when I was coming up, I didn't really have those outlets. I had to literally email blogs and literally try to put in the work myself. And I got far. I got where I wanted to get, and I'm happy with that. But there's definitely more out there, especially for the younger artists. It's a lot easier for a younger artist to blow up than an older artist to blow up, because, people, oh, this guy's 30, 40 years old. What is he going to rap about? Oh, this guy's 30, 40, looking wearing skinny jeans. It's like, it's hard to fit in. But there's also a market for that too. I don't know if you guys know West Side Gun and Griselda and stuff like that. You guys listen to them?
Yeah, like Benny the Butcher.
Benny the Butcher, he's like 30, 40. But making my type of music, my type of beat, like Alchemist, producer. That's my like forte. But that doesn't mean I can't produce a hit that you'll hear on the radio. You got to have that balance. So that's definitely important. Balance is definitely important for an artist, to have that balance. You want to be able to reach different crowds. You want to be able to play your music for somebody's old grandmother, and for them to at least like it. They don't have to agree with it, but at least to think of bob their head. Okay, cool. Anybody can do that, So that's on that.
What would you say Worcester's reception of your specific work?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like, how does the community receive your work and respond to it?
Well, then again, it all depends on which work you're talking about. Because if I'm doing music, me as an artist, I already know why, I didn't reach the heights. I know why I didn't go further, is because I don't really put in the groundwork. You got to put in the groundwork. But I mean, when people hear my beats, automatically, they know my beats are hot. They know my beats are good. And I'm not just being cocky. I really have an ear for the music, and I love to make grooves. I love to make soul music. But when it comes to art, when it comes to music, I always give it my all. So that's definitely reciprocated. When you see my work, that I put myself into it, and it's always 1,000%. And I'm always gonna think my graffiti's better than the next guy, because I've been doing it for so damn long. But I just try to make my work, when people see it or listen to it, I just want them to like it much. I don't want to put out material with anything I do. So I always give it my 100%, 110% for sure.
So I
Sheesh,
guess
you got
to
me.
add to that,
I'm about to go off.
do you think hip hop can be used as a tool for social uplift, and like what impacts
Yes.
can it have on
Yes.
or have you seen it have on the youth community?
That's how hip hop first originated. If you want to look at it back in the Bronx, in the 70s, there was literally nothing, literally buildings that, landlords would set on fire for insurance money, and basically hip hop is the flower that grew through the concrete, that's hip hop. It's always going to be there. It's universal. I heard of John from, I don't know what part of Africa, but they was going in over some trap beats. And then I heard the same thing of it was these Asians that was going in, you can't understand them, but you can understand their flow, and you can still hear that they go through the same struggle we do. Hip hop universal. And it definitely could change the world. You look at Obama. Obama was a hip hop president, stuff like that. So for sure. I think I'm gonna say you said yeah, hip hop could be weaponized, they don't like to hear what we have to say, but we say it anyways. Look at Public Enemy, look at NWA. But that's real radical hip hop. It hasn't been that radical in a long time. So if it was to change in that way, get more down to its roots, nobody's gonna want to hear it. They're gonna be, oh, what's this? Oh, why is this person saying the truth? Well, that's what hip hop is. Hip hop's always been the truth, and that's facts. So when you hear good hip hop and bad hip hop, but oh, that's that. Next question.
And on the topic of graffiti, like how'd you really get into that? And when you do your art, what's your main message and goal?
My main message is always love, just always have love for one another. The more love you have in your heart, the more better off you are. And I guess I got into graffiti. It was just a natural thing. I've always been drawing SpongeBob, since kindergarten. I used to draw Power Rangers. I always loved to draw. But one day, my uncle's from the Bronx. My family originates from the Bronx. But one day, my uncle's like, yo, if you could draw graffiti, you could draw anything. And that always stuck with me in my head. So one day in seventh grade, I had a book like this thick. It was all graffiti pictures, and I was just mesmerized. I watched a couple documentaries, and after that, it was just a wrap. I just started drawing my name. It's like, damn, I want to get better. So I get better. Oh, damn, I want to do this for some people, then I make friends with it, and I have my small little family. And there's graffiti crews. We're not gangs, we're just a couple brothers. We'll go, we'll have fun, we'll paint our names, and we'll make memories out of it. That's it.
Okay, and so what strategies have you employed during the pandemic in order to get your work out there?
A lot of word of mouth, because I've been doing a couple of murals, but I want to say I'm always online, promoting myself, but trying to be more professional. That's definitely my next step. COVID has given me a lot of time to create and to think and brainstorm, because if I'm not acting, I'm thinking about it in my head, so sit back and create. There's been time, when COVID first started, I was out of work for 6 months, and I was getting my unemployment, and I was making my art, and I was making my music. And I honestly, I loved it, because it's hard to find time as an artist. If you can find time, great. A lot of times you don't have time, and that's real. So having the time to just sit back and breathe and watch my daughter grow, it's really been a blessing. So despite all this bad stuff happening in the world, it kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? You gotta keep on pushing, keep on making art, keep on creating. Right now, I really want to get into NFTs. I don't know if you guys know about NFTs. Y'all know about NFTs?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to make some NFTs real bad. Sell them online. I've just been researching just different methods and techniques, like make my brain split apart, like, okay, you're doing this today, no, you're doing this today, no, today you're doing this. Sometimes I want to do this, but I can't because I have to do this. So it's just all balance and finding that time. But I think COVID really helped me sit down and establish what I really want to do, and what's worth my while. Because I can make a beat, and I can sell it for $50, or I can do a mural for $1,000. What's more profitable? And I think as an artist, it depends on what type of artist you're talking about. You don't want to do it unless you're going to be able to pay your bills. Yeah, it's fun and all, and having fun is fun, but how are you going to live? It's so hard to live as an artist. There's that term, oh, you're a starving artist. Oh, you're a struggling artist. A lot of us are, and we don't choose to be. It's because, people don't want to pay for what the art is worth.
And now a word from our state rep, Daniel Donahue, about an important nonprofit organization located in Worcester. We hope you will support in solidarity with the Woo Crew.
Hi, I'm Daniel Donahue, Massachusetts State Representative for the 16th Worcester District. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you a bit more about Abby's House, a nonprofit organization that values women from diverse backgrounds and experiences in my hometown of Worcester, Mass. The mission of Abby's House is to provide shelter and affordable housing, as well as advocacy and support services to homeless, battered, and low-income women with or without children. This is an important organization in our community, values hospitality, diversity and inclusion, compassion and respect, women's self-determination, and collective effort. Holy Cross was the first class to help support the women of Abby's House by providing volunteers to staff the shelter dating back to 1976. And Holy Cross students and alumni continue to partner with Abby's House by providing monetary, in-kind, and volunteer support. I hope you'll consider joining us by making a donation to Abby's House in honor of their 45th anniversary. Your donations will help to keep in operation the 79 units of supportive housing and 9 overnight shelter beds of Abby's House. Additionally, your donation will contribute to the wonderful programs of Abby's House, such as providing each woman with an advocate who helps her identify realistic goals and provides her with the tools she needs to achieve these goals. If you are able and willing to make a gift to this amazing nonprofit, please click the link accompanying this video. If you would like to learn more about Abby's House, including opportunities for volunteering, please visit them at abbyshouse.org. Thank you.
Thank you for your time listening to our state representative talk about this great opportunity to support the Worcester community. And now back to the Woo Crew for more excitement.
Do you see yourself in the scene long term, or do you plan on diversifying?
By diversifying, what do you mean by that?
I guess incorporating more, or I guess different elements into your work or different influences. So you already do graffiti and you make beats. Maybe adding more.
For sure. Well,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, I don't know if y'all know that they call me New Element. So I'm always trying to make new ideas, stuff like that. I'd really like to, I have an idea I want to share with you guys. So I want to get a dancer, right? And I want to make just a crazy hot beat. And I just want to make the video of them dancing, because that's another element that I don't really touch into a lot, dance. Dance is another way of expression. So it would be cool, just to work. I want to work with dancers. I think that'd be real sweet. And I just want to go bigger. I want to do bigger walls. I want to make more albums. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do. I just have to, like I said, I have to find the time and really invest myself into it. Because to make good art, you really have to put yourself into it and, put all that love into it. And it takes a lot out of you, On top of that, I'm a dad now, so I don't have as much time as I used to. It's not really my dream, to blow up and be a big time artist. That was fun, coming up as a kid, and it's still possible. I can still do it. It's just a lot of work you have to do. Like I said, it's 20% talent, 70% business and 10% luck. But until then, I just like to stay behind the scenes, make beats for my people, work on more artwork, and just try to evolve. I have an airbrush. I really want to get an iPad so I can make logos for people, stuff like that. In order to have money, you need at least 8 different revenues of income, and I just want to, have the different sources of income. So I don't have to work, and I can just focus on my art and enjoy it. But until then, I need my plan B to fall back on. I remember when I was coming up, I'd always get into arguments with my mom, like, oh, you got to do something else just in case this music doesn't work. But you don't want to hear that as an artist. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear anybody tell you your dreams aren't going to work or they're not good enough, So I'm always like, oh, no, I'm good. Don't worry. Don't worry. And then when art doesn't, put food on the table, what are you going to do? So you have to be strong-minded, especially as an artist, because it's not always going to be sunny, So that's truth.
I guess the next question, when I was researching your SoundCloud and just like your music history, I read one of your bios and it said you do this for hip hop. So what does that exactly like entail? And do you like feel like that's like your main like mantra, I guess, while you're making music, just like doing it for like the love of hip hop?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I don't do it for no other reason except if I need the money, then yeah, I'm gonna push harder and I'm gonna work for it harder. But there's been times where it's just been me, myself, my music, my microphone, you know, my art. And at the end of the day, that's all I have. That's literally all I have. I have my daughter and my art. And yeah, I definitely do it for hip hop because hip hop. I can remember being 5 years old listening to Busta Rhymes or listening to Nas. You know, it's always been there for me. So I'm always gonna be there for hip hop. Like hip hop means a lot to me, and it's not just the art or the graffiti. It's the culture in general. You know, skateboarding is a part of hip hop too, whether people want to believe it or not. Like that's hip hop. I got mad skateboarding friends. That's hip hop. You know, just being a good person in general, you know, that's hip hop. Like hip hop, we're good people. We have good vibes, good energy, and it's just spread love, you know, spreading love. That's hip hop. You know, doing stuff with style is hip hop. Um, I don't know. I just like to stay true to myself, or at least try to be, because it's easy to fall off and fall under pressure, you know, if you're not strong minded. So I try to stay strong minded and I try to be a good person and give back to the community. You know, I try to use my God given talent for the better of mankind. And that's hip hop, you know, for sure. Do another one.
I guess I'll ask another question, sort of piggybacking off of that.
hmm
Just talking about your music history again. Can you talk about your relationship with Sleep Quill? I see.
Oh man, you know about Sleep Quill? Chill out, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my best friend. I haven't talked to him in a while. You know, he's been going through a lot of things mentally, and I hope he's in a good place. But me and him, we've been cool since I've known him since like 5th grade. But we really got tight in 8th grade. He's like, "Yo, I make beats." I'm like, "Yo, I make beats too." So we really taught each other. We really taught each other how to make beats, and he's a crazy MC. Like he could rap his ass off. I could rap here and there, but not as good as that kid. So, you know, we've always just bounced off each other's energy. And it's funny you mentioned him because the other day, my boy Jafet, and I got to peep some of Jafet's shit. He's like, yo, I wish you guys never split up. And it's not that we split up. It's just that life gets in the way sometimes, you know, like life is life and you got to roll with it. And that's really why I haven't really made music like that since I made music with Sleep Quill. But that's definitely one of my best friends. And I look up to him as an artist and as a producer. I'll tell anybody like, yo, if you think my beats are ill, go listen to Sleep Quill, you know. But as I was saying earlier, you have to have that drive for yourself if you want to put yourself on. That's a perfect example of somebody who has the talent, but they just you know don't really have the resources, or they just want to stay underground, you know. Like that's a real thing. But yeah, I definitely miss that guy a lot. And his music, like I could listen to one of his beats and it'll just make me want to write, or I'll get inspired, you know. That's another thing too. It's like you need that inspiration sometimes, unless you can just come up with stuff all day every day. But I really only create when I'm inspired or if I'm hurt. You know, whenever I'm in pain, like I'll get in a fight with my girl, she'll leave for like a couple hours. And I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna go make a beat. But yeah, I'm gonna just use it to go make a beat so it could be profitable. And then I'll tell her, yo, look at this beat I made. I'm glad you left earlier. For sure though. But yeah, Sleep Code's my guy. I produced for him. We got a whole tape. Um, yeah.
Have you ever thought about leaving Worcester for a popular hip hop mecca like New York City or Atlanta?
Probably not Atlanta. I'd say Cali. It was my dream to go to Cali when I was in high school, but that didn't happen. But yeah, I think Cali's popping for like they got a dope hip hop scene out there, and it's crazy because I'm not really one to like I never really liked West Coast rap, but West Coast rap is dope. They got a nice sound, and New York is big as hell. If I was in the '90s and I was in New York, I'd probably be famous. But yeah, New York is big. I've been out there to Brooklyn. to do beat competitions, and I came in second place against somebody who produced for Lloyd Banks. So it's pretty cool. You know, I also went to Manhattan. I did beat competitions out there. I went to Staten Island when I was a teen. You know, we performed out there. You know, but it's definitely where you're at, and that's for sure. Because I mean, if I was out there, there's a bigger market. You know, people out here are real cheap. People out here, they don't want to pay for stuff. They don't want to pay for beats. They don't want to pay for hoodies. You know, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out here in Worcester. That's one thing. A lot of entrepreneurs. Everybody's getting it. My guy's selling he's selling woo juice. You know, he's selling little drinks, but you know, little drinks. But everybody's doing something. There's always a way to make money or a way to be heard. And if you're not at least trying, then you're just gonna be stagnant your whole life. You know. But with all the publicity Worcester's getting, a lot of people think, oh, I need to leave Worcester to be successful. But that's not true. You can be successful here. You just have to go about it the right way. So I think a lot of people are starting to realize that we just have to uplift each other, and then we'll all be successful. Worcester's so small that everybody can have a slice, you know? For sure.
Okay. And I guess my next question would be, we've kind of like, in studying like your music for this interview, we've learned that you studied other artists like DJ Premier, and kind of like what influence have they had on your music?
As producers, they're just like DJ Premier, Alchemist, you know, cats like that. They're just like the forefathers. Like if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be me. You know, I love Ninth Wonder. I love Jay Dilla, Static Selector. I could go on forever and ever naming producers. It's just their sound is so authentic, but still original and dope. And you can tell the differences between all of them. So I kind of am like, I'm like all their son in one. Like if you like, yo, I want a beat like this, I'll be like, okay, boom. In my head, okay, boom, they want a beat like this. And I'll make it to how they want it. But yeah, DJ Premier, he definitely set the bar. Ninth Wonder, they set the bar. Jay Dilla, you know, it's just smooth shit. You know, I like that smooth shit, but I like that hard shit too. And you have that balance, and it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. But also too, you got the newer producers too, like I don't even know a lot of them, but like all that trap stuff too, it's relevant still. You know, because I can't be called New Element if I'm only making old school music, and that's another obstacle I had to overcome. I got to the point where it's like, oh, nah, I don't want that old shit. Oh, nah, I want something new. And I'm like, damn, well, all I have is old school boom bap beats. Well, then I don't want it. So I just lost out, you know, on an opportunity. So I love my old school producers, but my ear is definitely open to everything. You know, everything I hear, I'm listening to it. Whether it's country, R&B, jazz, soul music, I love it all. You know, I take inspirations from anything. Like anything can inspire me, literally. Like I read so deep into things sometimes it's not even that serious. So
so I guess the final question, so as an artist, obviously, you know, your music's your gift to the world. So I have to ask, what do you want people to take away from both your music and your graffiti? Like, what's your message to them?
I think my message is that, you know, I at least tried, because it's not an easy world out here. And I at least tried, you know. I tried. That's what I want people to know. Hey, the day I ever die, I want people to look at my art and say, damn, that kid was something, you know. He had a good heart in his soul, you know. He was a good person. I just want people to just remember me for being a good person, whether they remember my music being some of the hottest beats they heard, or me laughing with them. I just want people to see my art and just know that that's what I love to do is my art. Like that's really all I have is my art. You know, one of my best friends, me and him, we did graffiti together for like 6 years, you know, and he passed away. And that's all he has to his name, you know, is his artwork, you know. So it's like I'm here to keep his name going, you know. That's hip hop. That's what hip hop means. Like you gotta keep it going for the culture and for the next generation. So when you hand them over the torch, you know, they know what to do with it. and they're gonna do what they want with it, whether mix it up, make it better, you know, keep it the same. But I definitely just, you know, I want the next generation to see my work and, you know, just know what I stand for.
Thank you for the interview.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was real fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So,
All right.
Thank you.
Let me know. I'll be waiting for you guys' questions.
appreciate it.
All right, guys. I gotta get home. Peace out.
All right, stay safe.